out.
There was a supercharged exchange filled with hostility when the subject turned to energy policy last night. Chief National Correspondent Jim Angle has a fact check.
One of the most heated exchanges in the debate was over energy, a sensitive issue with gasoline prices at more than $4 a gallon in many places. Early on, President Obama boasted that total energy production under his administration had steadily risen.
We have increased oil production to the highest levels in 16 years. Natural gas production is the highest it's been in decades.
There's no question that production in total is up, but if you look at the areas that he has control over, federal lands, it's actually down.
The president, however, insisted otherwise.
And production on government land is down.
No, it isn't.
Production on government land of oil is down 14%.
And Mr. Romney was only beginning.
Oil production is down 14% this year on federal land, and gas production is down 9%. Why? Because the president cut in half the number of licenses and permits for drilling on federal lands and in federal waters.
Industry analysts say the boom is on state and private lands where permits are granted without delay.
When you compare the time it takes to get a federal permit versus a state permit, say in Dakota or Ohio or Pennsylvania, you're talking days, not years.
When Governor Romney emphasized the energy boom was on private land and therefore beyond the president's control, it led to one of the sharpest exchanges of the night.
But that's not what you've done in the last 4 years. That's the problem.
Sure.
In the last 4 years, you cut permits and licenses on federal land and federal waters in half.
Not true, Governor Romney.
So how much did you cut them by?
Not true.
Actually, it is true. Since the end of the Bush administration, the number of permits for drilling on public lands is down 39%. President Obama, however, was unfazed.
Yes, we still continue to open up new areas for drilling. We continue to make it a priority for us to go after natural gas.
Industry analysts argue they see a very different face of the administration than what the president presented.
They've done everything they can to throw roadblocks up to the oil gas refining industry. They've done everything they can to inhibit production.
The president, however, points to energy efficiency.
We doubled fuel efficiency standards on cars. That means that in the middle of the next decade, any car you buy, you're going to end up going twice as far on a gallon of gas.
Nevertheless, according to the Congressional Research Service, the administration's 5-year plan from 2012 to 2017 will reduce leases to the lowest number since the process began in 1980, and more than 60% less than President Reagan's first term 30 years ago. Brett?